Me from Kenya to discuss these issues is Rose. She's a director. Now you're welcome to Business Express.
Thank you very much.
How is Kenya this
And thank
morning?
you for me. Kenya is cool this morning. It has not rained today, but
Okay.
I think since I came to Kenya, every other day there's rain. The
Okay, and
weather is good.
back in Nigeria, the Hamatan are setting. I don't know what that is for the crops, but meanwhile, I know times like this are possibly times of harvest. But let's move straight into the discuss for the day. Let's start by you telling us about this new TELA maize variety and how important this maize is to the Nigerian economy.
Oh, Tela maize is actually a maize that is both drought tolerant and then fall armyworm resistant and the stem borer resistant. And it means that there is total protection against insect infestation. Insects within the family of the fall armyworm cannot actually feed on these crops when planted, and this means economic boost for the farmer because the number of sprays will reduce from maybe 10 sprays down to 2, 3 maximum, and that it's of economic importance to the farmers because they will enjoy um, less, production cost. Production costs will be reduced because you know how expensive things are. The chemicals are not easy to come by with the
Okay.
farmers. So you can imagine if a farmer has to do 10 sprays for him to have a very strong yield, it means the cost of production will go high. And that's why when the farmer harvests and is trying to sell it, he must recoup what he has spent. So the economic losses incurred by farmers from fall armyworm infestation is to the tune of over $268 million. And if you convert that $1 million to naira, it's quite a lot. This is what they have been experiencing in previous years and all. So, but with this now, that money will be conserved. Nigeria will no longer spend hugely on maize, and then importation, of course, importation of maize will have to stop because we will produce enough because of yields. So
Okay. Okay.
once you
Great.
take away insect infestation, of course, the yield margin goes high. And farming is all about harvestable yield, having strong yield. If you don't have strong yield in farming, then you have lost it because the profit comes when the yields are there. And
Great.
this telomeres can yield up to 7 to 10 tons per hectare,
10
with good
tons per
agronomic
hectare.
practice.
Okay.
Yes.
Compared to the normal variety, what's the difference like?
The difference is like between the ratio of 1 to 4. So
Okay.
if your local variety, if the local variety is giving 1 ton, this will give you 4 tons. So the difference is quite clear.
Okay, great. Now, yes, maize is a very essential source of food for man in addition to poultry and livestock, among others, and its inadequacy in supply has led to high cost of poultry and livestock products, as well as increase in imports, estimated at about $284 million. And now, what impact will the new variety make amid all the above issues are presently on ground?
Yeah, the impacts will be across board, as it also affects the poultry industry. So the cost of the 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 poultry industry, especially in the area of poultry production, the cost of production will actually go down. So it's not only the farmers that will enjoy, also the poultry farmers will enjoy, the flour mills will enjoy, the confectionery industry, they don't have to also spend so much to buy maize grain. So, and then there will also be an improved grain quality and then improved health and safety for farm workers. And then a negative environmental impact. There will be negative environmental impact, of course, because once you use less chemicals, even your environment, your soil is saved, because the accumulation of those chemicals also contribute to the global warming, the climate change. Temperatures go high, and then the global warming effect, the greenhouse gas effect coming. So with the use of less chemicals, the the plant already has protection against these insects. So I mean the impact really cuts across, from farmers to the industries to the consumers. The consumers will have access to quality grains for food, and the animal industry, of course, will also have access to quality grains for feed.
Okay, great. When should farmers now expect these seeds? Talking about availability for farmers now.
Oh, okay. With the, I mean, we're at the last stage actually, before it gets commercialized, before it gets approval for commercialization by the Varietal Release Committee. The project is actually carried out by IAR, Institute for Agricultural Research, in collaboration with international partners like the African Agricultural Technology Foundation and the NABDA, the National Biotech Development Agency, and the Agri-Seed Council. Of course, they're all involved. All the national partners and international partners are involved. So we're expecting that it will be released in January. So once it is released by the Varietal Release Committee, of course, the next will be seed production, breeder seed, certified seeds production, and then it will be released to the seed companies. The seed companies will be in charge of seed distribution to farmers. So we're expecting that by the end of 2024, farmers will begin to have access to these seeds to plant.
Okay, now you're in Kenya, and talking about genetic engineering. Are there lessons to learn from what Kenya is doing as to what Nigeria can learn from there to add value, and what Nigeria can actually transfer to Kenya? More like cross-fertilization of idea to ensure food sufficiency, particularly on the continent.
Yeah, Kenya is also doing a lot. They have a wide variety of crops that they are working on. They're working on cassava, they're working on cotton, they're working on banana, so many other crops. Yeah, they haven't yet. I think there's commercialization, but not in full. Nigeria is a little higher than them. Yeah, but lessons learning is, in between. They will learn from Nigeria, and Nigeria will learn from them. They've gone further ahead, but there are areas that Nigeria is ahead of them at the same time. And so they were all working together as one biotechnology and biosafety family. Our regulatory system, I think, is better than their own regulatory environment. In Nigeria, we have a very, very conducive regulatory environment and then policy environment. So, but the Kenyan policy environment and the regulatory environment, because they still have some court cases going on. They have won one case. The anti-GM group took them to court. They won the case, and the president of Kenya is actually fully in support of the scientists, in support of the biotechnology scientists in Kenya. And so we're expecting that by the time the two court cases are won, everything will be okay in Kenya. But for now, Nigeria is ahead in terms of policies, regulation, and all.
Okay, thank you so very much. It is heartwarming to know that Nigeria is ahead. And we also pray that bottlenecks along food sufficiency, not just in Nigeria, but across Africa, are done with so that we have enough to eat in country and to get to export.
Yes.
Thank you so very much,
Yeah.
Dr. Rose
Thank
Gidado,
you.
Director, Agricultural
Yeah.
Biotechnology Department of the National Biotechnology Development Agency, NABDA. Thank you for creating this time
Thank you.
to share your deep thoughts with us.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and thank you for reaching across. Thank you.
Thank you.